请问你要点什么？
And Joan Shingang, I'm going to pass by Shanga Kawawa.
All right, guys. Well, let's zoom out a little bit and see what we got. Sorry, Trump. Let's see. Weekly candle. That is quite a bounce off of the weekly 21 up, right? Well, is it bullish? I mean, let's dig in a little bit. Last week we came on the weekly down close to the 50. Now we're in the 60s again. That is bullish. The crazy part here would be that weekly stow. Last time we did this, we came up from, sub 5,000. We ran another 600 points on SPX, and last time we had one of these bottom outs. I mean, that ran quite a bit. Same here. So we're starting. I know it's August and I'm over here putting up Halloween decorations figuratively and talking to you about Christmas, but if we go back and we look at the Q3 collar, we had a low of 51.85. Well, we surpassed that, right? I don't think we go down to the low of 43.75 because that's the end of the world, right? But the top of the collar, excuse me, for Q3 is all the way up. Ding 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 ding. Where do we come? It is all the way up here at 577.70. Now, can we hit that by October 1st? Yes, I would say so. Easily. You could even hit that in the next 2 weeks if you wanted. That's the crazy part here, right, guys? But look at this monthly candle. I mean, if you start thinking, hey, we're gonna have a stock market crash here soon, yeah, shit can happen. That happened also. But look at this save. Keep in mind, this hadn't touched the daily 9 since November 2023. Look at that monthly hammer candle we've put in. I mean, that is quite something. I mean, this is insane, right? This is a hard trade because of the VIX, but still. So, what could we expect? Well, I would say that the inverted head and shoulders is very much in play. Now, can we do 2 scoops and keep going? Yes. The daily stow is starting to be kind of maxed out though. And before in the market, remember, a lot of these so-called trend changes would just be time, where it chops sideways and then it keeps going. So with the VIX being where it's at now, sub 50, and I mean, look at this con job here. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. Wow. Man, would I have wanted some 65 VIX puts. But regardless, this could still go lower, right? This could go lower, all the way down to 10. But we just want it to hold here. It doesn't really. Once it starts holding here, it's kind of out of the window. We don't need to watch it anymore if it's stable. Same with the 10-year yield. It's calmed down very nicely. A range bond right here at the party line, right? Okay, NAMO. Well, NAMO says we can go. It's come up pretty fast. CES can still go a little bit. I wouldn't be too bullish once we start hitting 70. So next week we have, take out your things. Monday early high, Tuesday early low, Wednesday early low, Thursday early high, Friday early high. Now, I would say next week, yes, is it important? Sure. Why? Well, you got Jackson Hole. Maybe they say something new. I don't think they say anything at all. Why would they? They're gonna say data dependent, blah, blah, blah. Right? And you got the DNC. Okay, great. You have a few important things. You have FOMC minutes on Wednesday, I believe. So Monday, you don't really have a lot. You got some of this, some of that. This could be interesting. Tuesday, this is going to be very interesting. And you got all these Fed speakers, right? And you got the DNC for most of the week. The Wednesday, got some auctions, yada, yada, yada. But you have FOMC minutes. We did go up from last FOMC minutes and we've retaken that spot. Okay. So initial reaction was positive to that FOMC, if you remember. Thursday's jobs, again, they keep forecasting them higher so that they can come in lower to pump the market. This was week 2. Do we get the same thing? If we're in that type of market and it looks like it, it's very easy to play next week, and I'll tell you why. We got some auctions, and then Friday, Fed Chair Powell speaks. Do I think it's going to be a insane move? Maybe, maybe not. It's not going to be as bad as Jackson Hole in 21, I believe, or whatever it was. Okay? And then we are ending the month the week after that. Craziness, right? So, where does that leave us with what we're playing? I will tell you. Hold on 1 second. Well, first of all, let's pull up our sports calendar a little bit. We are right about here, right? Somewhere. So it does say another leg up before the, in my opinion, 2 worst months of the year starts. But we kind of have to take seasonality with a grain of salt. But why do I think we still go lower? Pretty much based upon dark pool here. Now, there's a reason I'm in McDonald's. Why? Look at that dark pool. Buying, 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 right? Pretty impressive. Okay. Look at the flow on SPY on Friday. Okay? That's why it didn't move. They chopped it around. So, I'm in this. Obviously, we played this to Kingdom Come, made a lot of money on it. It was beautiful. Am I going to, but look at this. This is why I did get a flash down here to this level. Plus you got that gap. Personally, I would like a pop on Monday, an early high, get out of my swings, and pretty much sit on hands and see what happens here. But yeah, in McDonald's, also in Coinbase, just because Bitcoin is doing, and that as well, is doing a inside day here, day 2. Very, very rare for Bitcoin. It's got a sell signal and probably rejects, but it's also lagging the market from here very much. So keeping a close eye on this, because a double inside day on Bitcoin has occurred, like here and here. But there was also a lot of Coinbase buying into close on Friday. Made some nice money on it. And then what I did was I sold those 220s and just held 207.5s in case this does a monster move next week, because it has reclaimed that, but like pretty much all other stocks, it has not gone to the 21 yet, and everything across the board has pretty much done it. So that's on watching McDonald's. JPM, this play here paid 750%, and then we tried it again. Seems like they are on to the whole Friday move. Obviously got a little bit there, but if it does the same thing where we see either some back test or it goes in gap fills here, I mean, if we can get 207, yeah, I'll load. But Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll keep an eye on the contracts, which ones are holding 4 cents and which ones make sense to load if it's to the upside. Could be that this week we don't get more upside. At the same time, could it be that it breaks this wedge and goes crazy? I mean, why not? There's definitely still room on the daily stow. The daily RSI is only at 56. We're starting to put in the first here. So overall market, we're back in full bull market, clearly. And the only question mark here is, do we make this shoulder or do we skip it? If we are to go lower, I'd almost want to go to the top of the collar as fast as possible, hit the trend line here, you know, and start coming down, hit the midfield by end of the quarter, and then you got Q4, which is going to be very, very straightforward. You will look, I'll post the collar, you will look at what the low of it is. The low of the Q4 collar will hit first. That is when you absolutely load. Okay? And you buy some time on that stuff too. Anyway, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But anyways, that's the JPM play. Basically, look what we gauge, what could the contracts we're going to play be, and then we start loading them between 8 and 4 cents. And obviously, if the chart and the setup and the market says there's a possibility of it to go. And we've done this now for weeks, so start learning it. Okay? A few other interesting ideas. Obviously, SPY is SPY, but the closer, or depending upon Jackson Hole and the jobs, this whole UPST IWM narrative of a September cut is still in play, right? And for FOMC, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. As far as Meta and Snap, this is what I wanted to bring to your attention early on. If the Democrats win, TikTok is gone, right? That will make Meta and especially Snap, which is 9 or 10 right now. What is it? Let's see. Soar. That'll be an election play for the Democrats if you want to kind of play both sides. This is going to go absolutely crazy on it, right? But as Trump has said, if he wins, there's no TikTok ban, so we'll be bad for this. Okay, fantastic. Now, NVIDIA, we absolutely killed this week. Pretty straightforward here. It can do whatever it wants. Obviously, if this wants to go backtest the daily 50, and I spoke about this on Voice. Yes, we got the first bar here. It could just keep going. A backtest of these at some point. The daily 9 and 21 haven't even crossed. Okay, so this can go. I personally think this is gonna go over 150, but and Dom goes to 165. So, you know me, I'm gonna be riding it. This is the market, and nothing has changed in the $50 trillion business. And look at that weekly boom. RSI here hasn't even crossed yet, so yeah, this can go absolutely nuts. We had that beautiful SMCI trade on Thursday for 1400%. This obviously has plenty of upside room. It's more of a question if you catch cheap premiums into a pop or if you're gonna sit there and get burnt. A lot of these obviously on the daily stow are getting top heavy while the MACD is only crossing. MACD lags stow. So I would welcome some chop. I would, because they can kill that stove pretty fast. It only takes a day and a half or something like that. I mean some baba in case he wants to early in the week go and take that out. As you see here, 1 hour stove, for instance, super fast kill on it. And could this be forming a cup here? Very possible. It definitely has room on everything. So I mean some of that. Hood, I haven't really traded Hood as of late because it's been kind of like, yeah, nah, thanks. But maybe once they kill this stove off, I'll go for the second round. It's getting more and more flow and all of that good stuff. Microsoft clear tech lagger here on this rebound. But again, if you compare it to Coinbase, it has taken the daily 21, right? Coinbase has not. Then you look at Nvidia. I mean, it's left its MAs in the dust. So this is where the money is, right? Even JPM here has left it in the dust. So financials and chips. Now, the Federal Reserve. Let's see here. Where we at? We're coming into. We got this on Monday, then the whole FOMC and Jackson Hole, and Powell speaks on Friday. Okay, fantastic. And then we head into September, and FOMC is right around the corner, actually. So just a good thing to remember. All right. Here is the sports calendar that Todd has gridded us. So Monday, we're looking at early high. If we don't take out that high early on, just sell whatever swing calls you have. And then we're looking at a rally. Now, I do have, for Monday, I have a trend change alert. So I'm a little conflicted here as to, is that trend change actually, you could argue, think about this. You could argue also this, had Bank of Japan not happened, we would just have chopped. Then I'd be overly bullish here, right? But Bank of Japan did. This is kind of my own path that I would like to see into September, and high being around FOMC, right? The top of the collar comes right after that because, you know, a cut. And as you know, once you get the first cut, historically, we have sold. Because big money wants a dip to come in to leverage their money, right? At the same time, the sports calendar, like I just showed you, shows us full rippy after chopping a little bit early next week. Is it possible? It is very possible. I would not put it past that we start doing a crazy ass Monday, also full moon. So we'll see. We kind of have to see how the market reacts. But I did want to bring all of this to your attention and quickly showcase before we end where we stand on all types of flow and this and that. This was the final GEX. I would love a pop on Monday, a gap over, open, and then sell. Probably into like end of day Tuesday, and then start loading what we always load for to go higher. And here you can see, again, very interesting that Tradetics and Unusual Whale shows completely different stuff, but that is a overwhelming amount of calls here. While Unusual Whale's net flow had us doing this. Okay, very, very interesting difference that I've been following, but nevertheless, they got different nuances. So that's pretty much it, guys. It was a great week. Let's try to catch the move next week and not so much the chop. And definitely looking for jobs to push us. And then Powell may be signaling something. He does not need to say anything at all. He's already won in the history books, okay? But I do think it's time for a cut in September, which will give a pop, and then we sell into October, and then it goes crazy on all fronts. God bless you. I think our community is really on it, really awesome, and let's do it again next week. God bless.
Right, boom, keep going. We're trying to move, baby. $776 billion. Couple context, the whole context on that is $76 billion below